Hello viewers, let's continue our CodeChef series, and where we have to solve one more question on a less than 500 rating, which is bone appetit. So trick or treat, bag of sweet, ghosts are walking down the street. So it's a Halloween and Suri Bhai is out of get his treat, okay? And there are two sectors in his neighborhood, bones and blood, okay? They have N and M people respectively. So the Suri Bhai is out of his street, and there is a two sector in his neighborhood which is bones and a blood. Okay, so they have N and N people respectively. Each person in bones will have X treat, and each person in blood will have Y treats. How many treats that Suri Bhai get from visiting everyone in his neighbor? So here is given each person in bone will have X treat, and each person in blood will have out Y treats. How many treat does the Suri Bhai get after visiting everyone in his neighborhood in total? Okay. So the first line input contains space integer n and m, the number of people that are living in bones and blood, and the second line spaces integer x and y, the number of treat handed out each person bone and blood and bone respectively. So bones, so the first bone and blood and bone, sorry, bone and blood. So the bone have four people, each of who will get the five treats. Okay, so you just have to get 5 into 4, which is 20, and 6 into 12, which is 12, and then after this you just have to plus it. So there is a 4 people in bone, and blood has 2 people, and the treat is 5 in a bone, and a blood has 6. So you just have to multiply it with the number of people living in the bone and blood with the treat, and after this you just have to add it. So let's take an example. So here is given a bone. Okay, here is given a bone which is 4 and blood is 2. Blood is 2. Here is given a bone and blood is 2. Okay, and then the number of peoples in bone. People in bone is given 5, and the people in blood is given 6. Okay, so you just have to multiply it with the number of people and a bone treats, which is 5 into 4 into 5, which will give 20, and the 6 into 2, which will give you 12. Okay, and after this you just have to add it, 20 plus 12, which will give you 32. So you just have to return it. So let's take an example. So let's write the code. Int x and y, cn x and y, int m and n, cn m and n, and then int answer equals to x into m plus n into y, and after this you just have to do cout answer. So let's run this code. Yeah, this code works fine. Let's submit this. Yeah, this has been submitted. Thanks for watching.